Hey, how are you doing? I'm recording this. We are the 26th of May, and I'm really sorry. I really wanna apologize because I didn't post last week, because I didn't post yesterday, um, and I really wanna apologize for this. And also because I'm struggling to find my words. Like, I received feedbacks from people that I care about, and basically he told me that it was really, really hard to keep paying attention to what I'm saying and keeping listening to me. And I really, really apologize. I wanna apologize for this, and I wanna thank you for still being here and still listening to me, despite all of that. So yeah, thank you for this. I apologize for all of this too, and let's go. So the format three stories, to be honest, is kinda hard right now because my life is being more and more a routine. Like it's always the same. To be honest, every day are the same. So instead of like finding three stories with a basic situation, a climax, and an end situation, I will try during this podcast to be just like describing what happened in my life for the past 2 weeks, as if I was talking to a friend, which is which is quite this podcast is about because only my friends are listening to it. So that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, what happened since the 12th of May? So basically, I didn't post almost 2 weeks ago because I was sick on Friday 16th. I was at the office, even if most of the time I shouldn't be at the office on the Friday because it's our remote day. I was at the office and I didn't feel good since the morning. I don't know why. It was really an internal feeling, just being like not feeling really, really well. And that much that at noon, where I usually like keep walking because I don't eat during the day, as you may know. At noon, I felt like so low that I felt I had to get something to eat and like try to have energy for the day. So I went to Tesco and bought something, and after that, from 2 p.m. probably, I started to be really, really cold, even if it was a really sunny day. Honestly, it was a sunny and hot day. I started to feel cold, and my guts were hurting. Like my stomach was like hurting as if it was how to say that, as if it was collapsing on itself. It was like just going in internally, being really hurting me, and so this is like what triggered the fact that I thought I was sick, and I was getting sick. So I got back home, um, and yeah, I'm not sure about that because I didn't like take my temperature, but I probably had like 39, 40 of fever because I was really, really sick, even if really, really cold. Sorry, even when I was back in my bed under my couch and on my couch, but like in my bed, and I was still feeling really, really cold for the past few hours and really low energy, really like as if my full body was using the energy I had to do something else than keeping my brain alive. You know what I mean? I was just feeling really, really low. And the bad thing about that is that actually I was invited to eat at my supervisor's place on the evening. So my supervisor, VJ, invited me the day before to come over his place and to eat with all our co-workers and like the full technical team. And I was really, really happy about that because it would have been a great moment. And obviously this is a day where I got sick, and I haven't been able to get there because even at like in the afternoon, after sleeping 2-3 hours in a row, I was still feeling very very low. I almost didn't have the energy to get something to eat on the evening. I just wanted to like sleep and fast forward to where I was feeling good back. That's probably something from the video games. The fact that when I have a problem, I just want like to. When I have a problem where I can do nothing about it, I just want to skip this part of my life for the next few days, and just live and like sleep for the past few days until I'm feeling back good, and it's not possible. So yeah, on the evening I ate something probably quite light because I didn't have really the energy to do something, to cook something and to eat something. And so yeah, during the night, I think the night went well. Like I had a great night. I didn't have any alarm clock, obviously, because I was feeling way too tired to wake up at a certain time. And it's on the next day that I was the most sick, that I was the sickest, but not the I was feeling the lowest. Like on the next day, I started to have a diarrhea, which was awful, honestly. But I had energy, but I had diarrhea, so it was awful, honestly, horrible to live that day on Saturday. Like I just stayed at my house, and the worst part about that is that on Saturday I should have been going to Cardiff Bay, which is like the beach side of Cardiff, and like just explore the city and have a great time. And it was a really sunny day, so it would have been like perfect, but it wasn't possible at the end. And yeah, I just stayed at my place, doing nothing because I had energy, but like no motivation to do something. So yeah, this is what happened Saturday, and on the night from Saturday to Sunday, I genuinely wake up every hour of the night. I think I went to bed like around 11. I woke up at midnight 30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, and probably 7:30 to go to the toilets. And every time I had something, so it's awful to talk about that on a podcast, honestly. But every time I woke up like every hour of the night. Probably one of the like most awful night I had since I arrived here at Cardiff, because it was really like not resting at all. I was just like not sleeping. Like I was sleeping like for an hour, and then I woke up and I wasn't feeling more energized, more rested, and I was still feeling tired. And then yeah, on the next day, so yeah, my fever stopped on Friday afternoon or Friday evening. But yeah, last day I kept going until probably the 13th of May. So like the Tuesday is Wednesday, probably something like this. And then it went back well. The 13th, no, it's 2021. Sorry, 2021. Sorry, not 13th, which doesn't make sense because I was talking about the 16th. It's the 16th that I got sick, so it's in the 2021 that I was getting back good. And so yeah, this is what happened on this weekend where I didn't post. And then after that, at work, well, my life was still doing good. the team is still great. I still have work to do, but like it started to get boring, honestly, because I was doing like documentation. I was just writing documentation, which means, for those who don't know, that basically I'm describing step by step what to do to install something, to use something, and something like that. So like, it's an important part, honestly, because some people know how to do that, but like not everyone. And it's really important to explain how to do it so that everyone can do it afterward. And your knowledge is not missing once you leave. Okay, even more when you're an intern, because when you're an intern, you're doing something on your own, and at the end, when you're leaving, which is like a couple of months later, if no one knows what you did, it's like horrible to get back to it. And at the end, you've done like more bad than good. For your internship has been like causing more bad than good. Sorry. And so yeah, I was writing documentation, but like the thing is that when you're writing documentation, you have to write every step of the process, which means like click on that button, select that option, do that, and it's like a really long process where you don't enjoy any part of it because once you're writing like the first version, you have to follow it and do the thing at the same time, which means that like if I'm telling you click on this button, I have to test if it's working. Like, okay, if I click that, okay, the same thing is happening, so it's okay. And at the moment, like, okay, do that. Oh, when I'm testing it, it's not working. Okay, so let's change the documentation. And like, I think I spent almost like 2 weeks doing that just to be sure that the documentation was perfect and really working, which is like very long, honestly, but it was working at the end. And for the past week, I've been working on a new project. I forgot the project actually. What is that? Oh yeah, okay. It's a project where you simulate a factory of that is filling bottle. So the situation is, for example, that you are I'm looking for a brand, something like Joker, the brand about like fruit juice and things like this in France. I think. I don't know if it's like international or only in France, but like in France it's about fruit juice and things like this. And so you have a factory that's like fill your bottle and put a cap on the bottle. This project I was working on was to simulate this factory based on a project already like working, but I had to do it over it so that it's working with a PLC and things like that. And it was interesting because I was like working with something else than what I was doing since the beginning of the internship, but it wasn't working. So basically, I had to I had a program that was working based on a PLC. A PLC is like a little, very very little and small computer that you can program to do things based on inputs. So basically, you give him like, okay, this is true, this is false, and based on these two values, the PLC gives you a value out which is either true, either false. Okay, and so the program I was working on should be working with the PLC, but I couldn't find a way to make the PLC work. And so it's like the situation is you're trying to compile what you've been working on, and it's telling you, no, it's not working, and you can't do anything about it. Basically, that's what happened. And it was happening again and again and again and again and again, and I couldn't do anything about it. And yeah, at the end, I spent probably like 2 days just having this error, trying to fix it and not finding a way to fix it. And I talked about it at the end because I wasn't talking about it because I was like, I can fix this, it's okay. But to be honest, at the end I couldn't. Like, it's my job, so I should be able, but like it wasn't, nothing was working, honestly. And so yeah, I asked someone, we talked about it, and we worked for it for about an hour. And at the end, we realized that it wasn't configured well, which is often the root of the problem. And once we changed the configuration, it was working, so it's good, but it was working. We unblocked the situation last Friday, which means that I worked for like 2 days on the problem, and we finally got it working at the end of the week, which means that I will have to like get back to it tomorrow, because yeah, today is a bank holiday here in the UK. That's why I'm making this podcast. And yeah, I will have to take it over again tomorrow. But at least it's working now, so I will be able to work on that. And yeah, basically that's what happened on the work side. And what happened in my life? This weekend, yesterday, so like on Sunday, I decided to explore a little bit more the city than I've been doing, because so I'm at the north of Cardiff compared to like center of the city. I'm at the north, and it means that I've never been to the south. So what I was talking about earlier, which is Cardiff Bay, the beach side of Cardiff and things like this, I've never been there. And yesterday I decided, let's get there. So the first step was going to the National Museum, because there is a free to visit National Museum here at Cardiff, and I've never been visiting it. So I've been there. The funny part, so yeah, those of you that are following me on Snapchat, you saw probably my story where I was telling you where should I go, etc., with like the map of the museum. And at the end, like after about an hour and a half, probably something like this, I thought I thought I visited everything of the museum, but genuinely, I've been visiting only the first floor of the museum. Like, there is a ground floor and a first floor, and you can't access anything else. And like, I've been visiting the first floor, so you have like the entry, the hall. You can get up get a level higher, and then you can visit. This is the place where there are all the paints, all the sculptures and things like this. And I've been visiting that, and it was amazing. Okay, there was a part about French artists after during the 20th century, which was really, really interesting. But I've not been to like the ground floor part, which you can find weird, but like the disposition of the museum is really weird. Like, you get in the museum, you have a really long thing, but like on your left and on your right, okay? Which means that on your left you have a skeleton, okay, of a mammoth, I think. And on your right you have the coffee shop of the museum, and like all the stores with memories and things like this. And in front of you you have door, which gives you access to the ground expositions. And on both sides, so after the skeleton and after the coffee shop, you have stairs to get to the first floor and visit the first floor. And basically, when you get in, you automatically get to on the left or on the right. Okay, you don't go on the front, like in the first place. Which means that I've been to the left, I took the stairs, and I visited the first floor, but I've not been like on the ground floor and on the exposition part of the ground floor, which is really dumb. It's really stupid. But the good part is that the museum is free, so I can get there another time. So yeah, after that, I left the museum. I went to the city center, and I hope I will be able to take a metro from Cardiff Central, which is the center of the station at the center of the city, to Cardiff Bay, but it wasn't working. I should have been taking. I should be taking a bus to get there. But like I didn't want to take a bus, honestly. And if I wanted to go there by feet, it was like a 30-minute walk with like nothing to see. It's not like just you're walking and you have like a park and buildings and stuff like that. No, it's like residency blocks, and you just walk between them until you get to Cardiff Bay, which wasn't interesting. So I decided not to get there on Sunday, so on the day I was there, but to get there at another day. And so what I did is that I ate on the city center, which means that basically I was looking for something like a fish and chips or something like this, but there was nothing, because it was like the really commercial part with like all the fast foods and things like this, and it was nothing about the like more English and cultural things. So basically, yeah, I ate like I talked about it in my story again, but I ate Five Guys, which is a very American / English thing, very American thing. But like there are some in France, but like in the big cities only. It's not as famous than like as Burger King or something like this. So I tried it, and it was like meh. So it was both, like 5 or 6 out of 10, which is not really great for fast food. And yeah, I ate that. And then I went to the Cardiff Castle, because there is a castle. Like there is a castle. That's a big expression. There is ruins of a castle. There are ruins of a castle. And the entry is paid, basically. But like, quite expensive. I will tell you the price later, but like, it's quite expensive. And, so you can, like, you can get in the castle for free. There is like a very small park where you can like do anything you want. It's like free to be there. But you can pay to get there, like, on the walls around the castle, and to like visit a little bit, check some see some paintings and things like this, basically. And so like, I'm on Cardiff for like 2 months and a half. I cannot get get back in France without visiting the Cardiff Castle. It feels really uncomfortable to get back and say, well, I did nothing. Cardiff Castle? No, never heard of. Doesn't make any sense. So I paid the ticket. I get there, and I visited the house, because like there is one part of houses that you can visit, and it was good. Like there was some paintings about like the story of the museum and what happened, how it happened, and what happens during like the World War II and things like this, which was interesting, honestly. But like for the price, it was like way too expensive to get there. But it's probably because like the castle is private. Like what I mean is that it's not like the Cardiff Museum where I was because the museum is like getting paid by the government, and there are foundations that are giving money to them and things like this. This is not the case for the museum. So the only revenue they have is from the tickets, which makes sense, okay, to make something expensive. But $16 to get there and just like visit one thing with like three rooms, 4 rooms maybe. It was a bit too much. But still a must. Like you have to see it when you're in Cardiff. Honestly. But it's not worth it. You have to know that it's not worth it. Okay. So if you are in Cardiff, you can get into the castle just in the park, which is free of charge, honestly, and just like enjoy the park, visit a little bit on the walls, but don't do more than that because it's not really interesting. And yeah, that's what I did yesterday. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't post yesterday or neither, because I was like, I completely forgot about it because I was really visiting and things like this. And yeah, that's what happened in my life for the past 2 weeks, honestly. That's all I have to say, I think. Yeah, except than that, I'm really like just walking. And I was saying walking out, going to the gym, but no, I'm not. I've not been to the gym like for the past 2 weeks, even a little bit more. And I went back this morning, and it felt really, really good, honestly. But yeah, I wasn't feeling motivated to go to the gym. I wanted to walk more than going to the gym, because the good thing is that now that I have an ID card saying that I'm working here at the CIH and things like this, I have a 24/7 access to the building and to the office. And right now I'm at the office, and because the work environment here is so good, like you have like additional screens, you have really space where you can have meetings and not be disturbed and things like this. And like, it's really amazing. It's a great place to work, honestly. And yeah, so basically when I wake up around 4, I get ready and I wake up like I'm chill in the morning, and then at 4:30 or 5, I'm going to the office and I'm working on my project, like the same thing that I could be doing at my place on my desk, but I'm doing it here because I'm more productive here, because this is an environment where I've only been working. I've never done something else, okay? I've never watched a movie here. I've never slept there. all those things that I've been doing in my place, in my room, but not here. And this makes me really, really more productive here. And yeah, that's it, basically. Basically, everything important that happened in my life for the past 2 weeks. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I don't know how it will turn out in the future. I think it will be something about like documenting my life, basically, but probably not in a weekly basis. Probably more in a daily basis, published weekly. What I mean is that the best way to like really document my full life is to make something like talking during 10 minutes every evening after my day, and I'm just saying like, okay, today I did this, and I added this and thing like this, and at the end of the week just add them all into one file, one podcast, where I will upload it, and it won't make any sense because it will just be like my thoughts on day 1, then on day 2, then on day 3, and things like this, without any like link between them and like any overall sense. But I will be documenting my life this way, and you will know more what I'm doing daily. Because right now, like, I'm telling you, yeah, that's all I did. But like, I also worked on my project. I'm also like writing a course about how to build your own website, and I'm also doing like all of these things. And I'm not talking about it here because it will be like really, really long to talk about everything in one shot. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think this is how it will turn out after Cardiff, which is in 3 weeks. So that everyone that listens to the podcast knows, I will get back in France the 15th of June, something like this. So the 15th is a Sunday, and I will get back there by boat, by ferry, at Roscoff. My parents will be there, and we'll just like hang out together for Father's Day, because it is Father's Day on this day. And yeah, I'll be back the 15th of June, which basically means that after that I will be free to plan activities with all of you guys. So yeah, 3 weeks. It's been really, really, really short, but great at the same time. I think the last podcast about Cardiff, I will probably record it in the ferry, which is funny because like I will be just on a boat of leaving the Cardiff. But like, I think this episode will be really a big recap on how I felt during Cardiff, and how I reflect on the experience. And yeah, that's just it. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. Please feedback. Send me feedback about this episode and like all the others. What I mean by that is that when someone is telling me that they don't understand or that they don't, keep listening, because I'm boring. I really wanna improve my way of talking, and my way of telling stories. So please send me feedback about this podcast. What's good, what's wrong, and how I can improve on your opinion. Okay, in your opinion. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably my voice, because my voice is way lower than usually. I don't know why. Probably because I'm speaking. Sorry. Probably because I'm speaking English. I feel like my voice is lower when I'm speaking English. There's that. There is the fact that I'm not like really comfortable in the English. I'm getting more and more comfortable, but like it's not as fluid as in French, obviously. And probably because I'm not as expressive as in French, which means that like it's harder for me to like give you emotions just talking in English, which is something to improve over the next few months and years. But yeah, please send me feedback about it. Please tell me what you think about it genuinely, and like on overall. Okay, was it good? Was it bad? How was it good? How was it bad? Describe it to me, and yeah, I will love that. Thank you very much for listening, and see you next week. Hopefully, if I don't get sick, and if I don't forget, and there are a lot of confusions. But yeah, thank you very much, and see you next week.